Okay, right, this one, the equation of a line. Right, now, lots and lots of ways to find this out. I don't wonder how difficult this is going to be. Probably impossible, but anyway. So here's a line, y equals 3x plus 5. The line y equals 3x plus 5 crosses the y-axis at P. What is the value of y at P? Well, this one, this number there, that's the intercept. So that's where the line crosses here. So that will be 5. So 5. Now, write down the equation of another line which is parallel to y equals 3x plus 1. So parallel line, let's do a parallel line there. Look. Whoa, yeah. So it's parallel, so the gradient is going to be the same. That's what makes it parallel. So y, and so we've just moved it further down, so we'll call that 1. So we put plus 1 down there. It could be anything, as long as it has the gradient the same. Now, a line passes through point 0, 4. The gradient of this line is 2. So write down the equation of this line. So first of all we're going to get y equals, the gradient is 2, so it's going to be 2x. Now what we don't know is the intercept, but there's a point. So if we have this, now this is the x, this is the y, so the x is 0 and the y is 4. So it must cross the line at 4. That number there is plus 4. A line passes through the point 0, minus 5. The gradient of the line is 3. Write down the equation of the line. So a minus 5. So we've got y. Oh, the gradient of the line is 3. So where am I doing? Write down the gradient. Oh, hang on. What am I doing here? So we've got y equals the gradient. The gradient is 3, so that will be 3x. Now, here's what's that? So this is there, and we know that there's the x, which is in the middle, yeah, and the y is minus 5. So it must be crossing down there at minus 5. So that's the intercept, so minus 5. Right, okay. They're getting tricky, aren't they? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Number 4. A straight line has an equation of that. Write down the gradient of the line. So the gradient of that line is minus 3. Minus 3. Write down the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the axis. Right. So the coordinates where it crosses the y-axis must be x must be 0. And this is the intercept there. The intercept. They've just written this the other way around too, so it could be minus 3x plus 5. It's just written it the other way around to confuse. So the intercept is the 5, and that's the on the y. So 0, it must be 0, 5. Now, a straight line has an equation of this. Write down the gradient of the line. So the gradient is 3. Yeah. The number before the x. Write down the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the x-axis. So it must cross the x-axis where the x is equal to 0. And it's this number here, minus 2. So it must be x is 0 and y is minus 2. I don't know whether you want to put brackets around them. Don't think it really matters. Right, another one. So we got 3 or 4 of the same kind of thing here, which is good because we get used to it. Write down the gradient of this line, minus 1. Now, the point where the thing crosses is like that. X must be equal to 0, so we've got 0. And the y is this number here, 2. So y 2. Here's another one. Straight line, and write down the gradient is 4. Write down where it crosses the axis when we know it's going to be 0, and therefore it's going to be 3, which is this number. Picture. Find the equation of this line. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to use the y equals mx plus c to find the equation. Now c is the intercept, which is this number here, there. So we've got y equals mx plus 5. Now we need to find the gradient, which is the change in y divided by the change in x. So we go from here down to, oh, there's a nice convenient point, yeah? So if we go from there down to there and then across to there. So this number here is the change in x, which is 2. This number here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is minus 4 because it's going downhill. So the change in y is minus 4 divided by 2, which equals minus 2. So therefore we have y equals minus 2x plus 5. Right, a straight line has, what does it have? A straight line has an equation of that. Work out the gradient of the line. Now, we've got 2y. I don't like this, yeah? So what we're going to do is going to divide everything by 2. Yeah, so that I get a single y minus 5x equals 8. And what I'm going to do is rearrange this to be y equals 8 plus 5x. Rearrange it again, y equals 5x plus 8. That looks better, yeah? So the gradient of the line is 5, yeah? Now, oh, no, made a mistake. No, made a mistake. Because I've divided everything by 2. I forgot to divide that by 2. So that's 4 and that's 4. Right, write down the equation of a line parallel to this. So it could be anything as long as this is the same. As long as we've got 5x, I'll do plus 1. Right, a straight line has the equation, work out the gradient of this line. So again, I'm going to divide everything by 4 this time because I want a single y. So, don't like this. So y minus 5 over 4x equals 2 over 4. That's a half, isn't it? So I'll leave it as that, yeah? And then try and rearrange this. So I'm going to go y equals, simplify that, a half, plus 1 1/4, 1 1/4 x. Now rearrange that again. Y is 1 1/4 x plus a half. Right, what's the gradient of the line? 1 1/4. You can have 1 1/4, or you could have done 5 over 4, whichever, it don't matter. Write down the equation of the line parallel to this. So y equals 1 1/4 x, that must be the same, and we put plus 2, doesn't matter, anything there, anything, as long as that 1 1/4 x is the same. A picture, right, a picture. So, well, these are quite challenging. It says these are level 5, but okay. So x plus 2y equals 6 has been drawn on the thing. Rearrange the equation to make y the subject. Okay, so we've got 2y equals 6 minus x, and half everything, y equals 3 minus a half x. Is that what they'd want? Yeah, and then oh, maybe we could rearrange this, just swap these around. So y equals minus a half x plus 3. Yeah, I think that would be my answer there. Right, write down the gradient of a line with an equation of that. So the gradient of the line. So we need to make it equal to 1y. So let's half everything. So half x plus y equals 3. The gradient, now we need to make this over the other side. Don't make the mistake of thinking it's a half, because we need to have y equals minus a half x plus 3. So the gradient is minus a half. Write down the equation of the line which is parallel to the equation blah 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 and passes through point 0, 7. Oh, 0, 7. So 0, 7, this is the, let's go there and there. 0, 7 is there. 0 on the x, 7 on, so it's, that's the intercept is 7, so we need a 7 at the end, and we'll just use some of this, and we'll know that it's minus a half x, so minus a half x plus 7 equals y. All back to front, but that's the way that goes. Right, another picture. Right, what we're doing, we're finding the equation of the line that passes through A and B. So y equals mx plus c. Now the intercept is 3 there. So y equals mx plus 3. Right, now we need the gradient. So the change in y divided by the change in x. So let's get the coloured thing out. Yeah, so we're going up this time, so we're going up there, pick whole numbers, and then we're going to go across there. So that is 2, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4. We're going uphill, so the change in y is 4 divided by 2, which equals 2. So therefore y equals 2x plus 3. Ooh, don't like the look of this. Right, what is this all about? So we've got 3 lines, 4, 5 lines. Oh, there's hundreds of lines, yeah? The diagram shows 4 straight lines labelled P, Q, R, and S. P, Q, R, and S, yeah? Line A equals y equals 2x. Match each straight line B to its equation. So, oh, have we got y equals 3? Ah, here's the x-axis. Alright, so y equals 3 is where the y value will equal 3 no matter what. So that is going to be Q. So D is going to be Q. Yeah, so a y equals 3 is like this. There's the x, there's the y, so we're going to have 3 there, and then you just have a line that goes across that. So that's line Q, that's D. Okay, done that. Now, this one, B, y equals 3 minus 2x. Now, minus 2x means it's a negative gradient So it's got to be, this one has got to be going downhill. Yeah. And the only one going downhill is P. So P. So B is P. B is P. Right, so we've got that one. So now we've only got these two to go through, yeah? And so they've both got a 2x, which is has a positive gradient, and that one's a positive gradient. But the difference is that this one doesn't have a number for an intercept. Therefore, the intercept must be at 0. So that must be this line here. S must be the first one because it goes through 0. And C goes through 3, which is there. Because remember y equals 3, so that is 3. So that one must be R. So C must be R. My goodness. Yeah? So, what was all that called? What do we call that? The equation of a line. Okay. So,